I am the knight. I am Batman.
Hey, what's going on, all my truckers and future truckers? It is the Baltimore Dark Knight, and today I'm going to continue talking about my experience with the Swift Driving Academy, speaking from the Richmond Facility perspective. And I'm going to be talking about what to expect in week 2 of your training. So by now you've received your Swift binder or your Swift booklets, which has your pre-trip inspections in it. So you should have been studying your pre-trip inspections, which is roughly about 14 pages. But as long as you go over it and you continuously go over it, which you will do over the course of your time there, you should have no problem following the script, as I said in another video. And when it comes time for you to do your pre-trip tests, you should have no problem doing this. Again, utilize your time every now and then outside of the Microsoft or Microtel hotel. There are trucks that are parked out there, so go out to the parking lot. Don't stand too close to the trucks, but close enough to where you can do your pre-trip based off of them. Every now and then there's trailers that are just sitting there, so you can pre-trip the trailers as well. So you'll have that going on, and then so at the same time you'll be actually out on the yard. So the yard is not the parking spaces that you see just outside the little classroom. The yard is actually out in maybe about a quarter of a mile or less around the corner from the classroom. So just behind all those big trailers that you see out there. So when you get out to the range, the range is what they call it, you're going to immediately see 3 trucks parked out there. When you go out to the right, when you get to the range, you go out and you see it's like a blue shed. That is the first lane that you'll start off on, and then immediately to its right there's the second lane, and then off in the distance to the right of that is the right lane, the last lane that you'll use. And then in front of that, just to the left in the middle of the range, is a testing lane, and that is only for those who are from Virginia. Will test there. So again, as I mentioned in another video, an evaluator from the DMV in Virginia, the CDL DMV in Virginia, will come out, who used to be a Swift instructor, and he'll evaluate you there. You'll do your pre-trip inspection tests, you'll do your backing, and then they'll take you out on the road. So as far as the other 3 lanes are concerned, your lanes are based off of states. So the first lane is Maryland, your second lane is Pennsylvania, and the third lane is Virginia. So no matter what state you're from, you're going to experience how those lanes are set up, and they're set up according to the DMV in that respective state. But again, everybody's going to test out of Virginia, whether you test right there on the facility if you're from Virginia or live in Virginia, or whether you test at the CDL DMV about 30 minutes away from the Swift Academy. So in the first week or that second week that you're out there, your first lane over by the blue shed, you're going to be with Instructor Cowboy, and I'm just going to leave it at that. You'll figure out why he's called Instructor Cowboy. And what you're going to learn, he's going to teach you straight line backing, which is just what it sounds like. You're just going to back the truck up and you're going to pull it up forward, and then you're going to back it in a straight line. And then he's going to teach you offset. So offset parking is when you're in one lane or in one position and you have to go to another position. So in this case, you're going to go from the left lane and you're going to have to park over into the right lane, or you're going to have to go from the right lane over into the left lane. So no matter what you're doing out there, pay attention, especially the Cowboy. In my opinion, he's one of the best instructors there. So pay attention to him. he is going to warn you that he's going to talk loud, and he may seem like he's yelling, but it's only so you can hear him over the loud engine of those trucks and everything else that's going on around there on the range. So they have to talk loud. Don't take it personal. Their whole job is to make sure that, one, you get the training that you need and the tools that you need to be successful, and that you're safe out on the range. So with that, I just wanted to kind of give you a brief overview of what the range looks like. And if you get an opportunity, go on Google Maps and look up the Swift Driving Academy Richmond Facility, and you'll see, you can see, do a satellite view, and you can look and see what the range looks like, so you get an idea of how everything is set up. Definitely look on, I know before I started, I was looking on YouTube videos, I was looking on the Swift's website, trying to get ideas of what to expect that first week out on the range, which is your second week. Now, before I go, one of the things that I failed to mention in my last video is that Swift changed their startup days, not their dates, but their days. So when I went initially, we were starting on Mondays. And then when I went back after my knee recovery, they had switched the start days to Wednesday. So take that into account when you are planning your time or planning when you're going to start that course. They no longer start on Mondays, they start on Wednesdays, and that started at the beginning of the new year. So with that, I'm the Baltimore Dark Knight. My next video, I'll be talking about some of the endorsements that I just picked up in that process. So, Baltimore Dark Knight, y'all have a good day. Be safe out there on the road. Be safe out there if you're in training, and I'll talk to y'all later.